Hello YouTube, Knife Critic here. Today I have a new knife that I want to talk about. I've looked on YouTube for this knife and I haven't really found any good reviews in English. There's other reviews that are in different languages, but just not in English, so I figure I do my own review and share with you guys what I think of it. So as you can see from the sheath, this is the Fallkniven PHK, which stands for Professional Hunter's Knife. Let's look at the knife itself. So you have a 5-inch long 3G steel Fallkniven. You can see there, 3G. What I found interesting is that it actually nowhere does on the knife, not on the handle, not on the blade, does it say it's actually made in Japan. But that's actually where it's made, in Japan. So if you look at the blade profile itself, it looks like a trailing point, but with this kind of, it's almost like a modified trailing point with this kind of shaved off a little bit, and I think that's going to be really beneficial for when you're gutting an animal, when you're going edge up through the stomach cavities, and this curvature here is really going to help you to not puncture any of the guts. Even though this is a 5-inch long blade, some would consider it to be too long for a hunting knife, but I think with this shape and this modified trailing point here, it's going to be suitable. I haven't, obviously, this is brand new, I just got it, so I haven't really used it on the processing game, but I expect that it would be adequate or even excel at it. Now, the large belly of the knife is going to be exceptional in skinning. Skinning large game, this would be awesome. And I'm not talking about, rabbits or squirrels. Though this is way too big for that. You need a very small knife, like a 2-incher for that. But this, anything from whitetail to black bear, even moose, this will handle quite adequately. So that's the blade. And let's look at the spine. The spine is really sharp, true to Fallkniven standard. All their knives have really sharp spines, which is going to be great for fire steel. Even though this is a very purposely built hunting knife, this is not really a general purpose knife where you would just take this out, for general camping purposes. I wouldn't do that. This is a hunting knife, and that's really all it's good for. And I'm going to talk about why. So if you have a fire steel and you're on a hunting trip, you want to use this knife with a fire steel, you can do that. But otherwise, again, it's a very dedicated hunting knife. So you can see the bolster here. I think it's stainless steel here. Fallkniven only makes this for higher end knives. This one here cost almost 400 Canadian. It's like 550 USD. So it's not a cheap knife. And at this price range, Fallkniven, like their Pro series, they have metal bolsters on them, and I like that. It makes it a little bit more, it looks a little bit more high end than just a Kraton or thermal run handle. And speaking of the handle, this is not a Kraton handle. This is a thermal run. I think that's how you pronounce it. Thermal run handle. The only difference that I can see and feel is that the thermal run is a little bit harder. The texture on the handle feels actually kind of sharp. Especially since it's brand new, so when you hold on to it tight, it really kind of digs into your skin. But if you have gloves on, or you know, I know a lot of hunters when they skin a game, when they process a game, or do field dressing, all that good stuff, they actually have gloves on. So with gloves on, you wouldn't feel it as much. But I expect that you know, after a few hunting trips, the sharpness would definitely wear off a little bit and make it a lot more comfortable to hold. Now, the handle itself, I just want to show you the contour a little bit. It's got a very interesting contour. It's quite different from some of the other knives. One example I have nearby is a Lion Steel M4, which I really liked. And I also think it would fit in the role of a hunting knife, just because this would be a general utility knife as well, because the handle shape and the blade profile is, it's pretty much general purpose. But if you look at the handle here, the width is pretty much the same throughout. And there's a very nice contour in here, so thinner here and thinner here, but flared out at the end and at the just where the handle meets the blade, and then in the palm swell. So you have the palm swell in the middle. So this is very much what I consider a general purpose handle. So you would hold it very comfortably in like a hammer grip, or a saber grip, or a modified saber. So all of which is pretty comfortable. But the Fallkniven took a different approach. They actually designed the handle to be specifically used for saber grips, okay? i.e. not a hammer grip like this. If you hold it like this, it's actually not that comfortable. So I think I saw some online chatter about, this, the end point being a little bit too small, so you have the potential of having the knife, the handle move within your hand when you're doing stuff with it. True, if you're holding the knife in a hammer grip. But how many hunters process their game and do their skinning holding a knife like this? I suspect not too many. Because most hunters, well, as far as I know, they either use a modified saber or a saber grip, like so, right? So this is, when you do the skinning, this is generally the grip that you will use, or something like this when you're doing this. It gives you a lot of control, a lot of control. Yes, and for a 5-inch blade, you kind of need all the control you can get. Especially when you are deep in the chest cavities, you're going around diaphragm and whatnot. You definitely want as much control as possible. First of all, to not cut your other hand. And second, you don't want to cut stuff that you don't want to cut, like the internal guts and intestines and all that good stuff. So, and the handle profile is definitely designed for that. So if let's just talk about ergonomics for a little bit. You look at your hand, your index and middle finger are the longest, right? And your ring finger and your pinky are the shortest. And when you use a saber grip or a modified saber, you're actually putting the top of your handle against your inside of your knuckles, and you're gripping most of the handle with your fingers and not into your palm, not like this. This is a hammer grip. That's how you would grip it if it's a hammer grip. But in a saber grip, you'll grip it with mostly your fingers, and your thumb will be like this. Will kind of close like this. So here is actually empty space. And that's why they contour the handle in such a way that, so you have kind of a, I don't know what you call it, a troil maybe. I don't know the exact word, but you know what I'm talking about. So this is for your index finger, your middle finger, and then all the way down, your ring finger and pinky, right? So nicely fits my hand, and I have a large size. I wear a large size glove, so it's nice. You know, if you hold it like this, thumb on the spine, that works too. Yeah, can you see what I'm talking about? So again, it's because of this handle. That's why I say this is a very much a dedicated hunting knife and not a general utility camping or hiking or backpacking knife, just because its handle is really designed for the user to hold it like this, saber grip. Okay, and maybe a Filipino, I think that's what some people call it when you have your thumb on the spine, Filipino grip. Again, gripping the handle mostly with your fingers. That's what this handle is designed for. So yeah, you may feel uncomfortable again, you know, going to the hammer grip, because that's what most people do when they go into a knife store or when they pick up a knife. They hold it like this, right? Like as if you would a hammer handle. But really, not what this is designed for, okay? I cannot stress that enough. So that's the blade and handle itself. So buy this only if you're going to use it for hunting. If not, if you're just a general outdoorsman and want to go out, do camping stuff, great for you. Buy a A1, or if you want smaller, S1, even the F1. This is not for you. If you want like 3G metal, you can get those. I'm pretty sure you can get the F1 3G. I'm not sure about the A1. But anyway, don't just buy this because of the 3G. Unless you're gonna hunt, then this is what you want. Okay, so that's that. Now onto the sheath. So again, the sheath is very much a signature sheath from Fallkniven. You have the snap here, and then you have the detent here, and then you have the kind of the I don't know what we call this. That's where you can push your thumb when you pull the knife out. So it only goes in one way, and the bolster here catches on the detent. So once it's inserted, you can see the detent actually rise a little bit to show that the knife is in. And then when you do up the snap, it makes for a very secure sheath. It's not coming out, and there's not any rattle at all. It's a very secure sheath. And this part, like I said, when you want to pull your knife out, put your thumb here and pull, and it's out. So, and water drainage hole here. So nothing to write home about, but it's nice and slim. Compared to some of the other knives, this portion is actually quite thick. It's probably due to the thickness from the bolster here, the metal bolster. So most other Fallkniven knives, they have like a craton and it kind of rounds off here, whereas this one has a metal bolster, so it kind of adds to the thickness. Otherwise, it's an awesome knife. I only did some paper cutting. I'm not gonna do it here because it's just boring to watch. But it cuts paper really well, and then it cuts meat really well so far. But those are just grocery bought meat, so I haven't really cut into any, you know, fresh hide yet. So once I do, I report back with an updated review. But so far, I think this would be the first English version of the Fallkniven PHK review. All right, hope you enjoyed that. Any questions, leave me a comment, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.